All right, a quick disclaimer. This collection of Google Ads guides is content that I produced from 2018 to 2021. Some of it you can still apply. Some of it is slightly outdated due to interface changes in Google Ads and Google Analytics, and some of it is an archive of how Google Ads worked previously. The first several dozen videos will be released for free on YouTube. The rest you can get instant access to, including the scripts, keyword lists, and files using the link in the description. I'm working on sharing all of my knowledge with you on advanced Google Ads marketing after being in this game for over 12 years. So if you like this content, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. Leonidas here, and let's begin. All right, welcome back to another video. This is going to be the Google Ads fixing common bulk location import errors. And this is going to be a very technical related video. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and convert the locations for importing. I'm going to give you a list of locations that you're going to import, and we're going to edit them in Excel. Then we're going to import the locations into our Google Ads editor. We're going to remove the unrecognized locations. We're going to fix any duplicates that are shown in Google Ads, and then we're going to re-import them back into the Google Ads editor. And then finally, if we have any overflow, we're going to have to put that overflow into a separate campaign. So let's go ahead and begin. So let's say you're running a campaign with a large list of locations. The typical way that you would do it is if you had less than 1,000 locations, you can easily import them into the web editor of Google Ads. But if you have anything more than 1,000, then you would need to use the Google Ads editor. So in this case, I'm going to show you how to import these into the Google Ads editor, and then we're going to fix any errors associated with it. In this case, I'm going to show you how to do both cities, so how to import various cities into the editor, as well as zip codes. So firstly, with cities, is a very simple situation. What we do is we do equals, we'll select the city itself, we'll do ampersand, quote, space, quote, ampersand, then we have to do the state because there are many cities with the same name but in different states. And then we'll do another ampersand, and then we'll do quote, space, United States. So this is also very important that you append the name of the country because, for example, if you decided to import the city of Georgia or the state of Georgia, then Google Ads might think you're trying to import the country of Georgia, which is a completely different location. But anyways, so we have the city here imported, and then we'll just double click. It extends it all the way down. And if we go all the way down, we can see that we have 5,000 cities that are going to be imported. So we'll go ahead and right click and select copy. And actually what I'll do is I'll quickly make a duplicate of this campaign right here. All right, so here is our vegan restaurants campaign that we've created in a previous video. And in this case, I have a duplicate of the campaign above, but in this one, we're gonna simply do our quick locations import for our cities. We're gonna go into our locations, and then we're gonna make multiple changes. And then for the locations, we're gonna once again copy the cities that we have. And then we're gonna select paste from keyboard and process. Finish and review changes, select keep at the top, and then select post. And select post once more. So now it'll start going through the process of importing the locations, and it'll also start giving us errors. So we're going to come back to this video once all these locations have been imported. And we're back. So we have the locations imported. We have 4,483 locations that have been imported properly, but then we have 516 errors. So let's go ahead and select close. And we're going to go ahead and look at the errors that we have. So we'll select this verified status, and we have these locations that are unknown and these ones that are duplicates. So we have Rhode Island twice, Portland twice, Flint 3 times, Greensboro 3 times. So let's go ahead and start fixing these. So we'll go to the top here under create a filter and we'll do unrecognized. And then we'll select unrecognized location. And then these ones, because the Google Ads editor doesn't know where they are, we're going to go ahead and select Control A and just delete them because they're of no use to us. And then we'll clear that once more. And now what we want to do is we want to fix these duplicates. Now we only want to delete one of the duplicates, but keep the other. So to do that, we'll do duplicates. And then we're going to do Control A once again, and then we're going to cut these duplicates. We're going to go into our Excel table and we're going to do a paste. So now the data is available here. We can actually clean up the duplicates based on their ID. And you cannot re-import the duplicates based on their name. You can only re-import them based on their ID. So to do that, we'll go into our data and then we'll select remove duplicates. And then unselect all, select ID. And now we have only unique IDs for our locations that we couldn't import earlier. So we'll do Control Shift down to select them. And then we'll do copy. We'll go back into our editor and then we'll do make multiple changes. And then in the column here, we'll select ID and then we'll paste from our clipboard. And then hit process, finish and review changes. So the editor itself knows which locations these are already based on their ID. And then we'll select keep and then we'll do another post. So now we can see that our locations have been properly verified and we have no more duplicates. We have no more errors as well. So everything's good to go. So this is how you import the cities. The process is the same for zip codes, so I'm going to show you how to do that now. So quickly, I'm going to just make a duplicate of this campaign, copy, go into the campaign level, paste. I'll name this zip code import. Okay, we'll go into the campaign itself, we'll go into locations, and we'll delete all of these locations. And we're going to go into my Excel table with a list of zip codes. So here we have a list of zip codes that you would typically get with an affiliate offer that you're promoting. So what we need to do is we need to actually make sure that the zip codes are good to be imported. Now, Google Ads will not accept only 4 digits for zip codes. Every zip code has to have 5 digits. So that formula is available in the post below this video. So if the number of digits in this column right here is only 3, then it appends an extra 2 zeros. If the length is 4 digits, then it appends an extra 0. Otherwise, it leaves it as is. So if we bring it all the way down, you can see that an extra 0 was appended. If there was only 3 digits, then it would append an extra 2 zeros. And at the very end, it appends United States because you still need that otherwise. Because if you don't append the country, then it'll assume that these are actually IDs and it'll import them as countries or cities somewhere else completely in the world. So you have to append the name of the country at the very end. And we'll double click and it will fill all the way down. Now for the sake of time, I'm only going to import the first 5,000 locations. And then later on, I'm going to show you what happens if you import too many locations. So in this case, we're going to go to the 5,000th column, or you can even just type in over here. So A 5,000 or 5,001, and then we'll select that row right there, Control Shift up, and then we'll select copy. We'll go back to our editor and then make multiple changes. And then once again, make sure to select that it's under location that we're importing. Paste from clipboard, process, finish and review changes, and select keep, and select post. And in this case, what we missed is that there were a bunch of duplicates that Google Ads automatically removed when we decided to import the locations. So a good half of them were just duplicate zip codes. So in this case, it removed them. So I'm going to pause this video and we're going to come back once all of these locations have been imported. And we're back. So when you're importing zip codes, there's a lot more errors involved because let's go ahead and take a look. A lot of the zip codes are not familiar to the Google Ads editor. As well, a lot of the zip codes are translated into cities. So once again, we're going to delete the unrecognized. So unrecognized locations. Delete that. And then we'll select the duplicates. And then once again, cut. Create a new sheet here. Data. Remove duplicates by ID. Copy those. Make multiple changes. Import by ID. And then process. Finish and review changes. And post. So now that we can see, we have no errors. So one last thing I want to show you is what to do when you have too many locations in a campaign. So in this case, we have only 2,000 locations in this campaign, but what happens when you have more than 2,000? Because the limit is 10,000 per campaign. So what happens when you have more than 10,000? So I'm going to go ahead and import an additional 10,000 locations into this campaign, and we're going to see what happens. So we're going to do make multiple changes, and under locations, I'm going to post an additional X number of locations and process. All right, and we're back. So we can see on the left side here, the bottom left, that there are now 23,000 locations that have been imported. Now, once again, per campaign, you can only import 10,000 locations. So let's go ahead and delete some of the duplicates and the unrecognized locations just to clear up the list for easy reference. So I'm going to delete the unrecognized locations. And we're left with 19,000 locations. Let's go ahead and delete the duplicates. And we're still left with 12,000 locations. Now, once again, you can only import a maximum of 10,000. So in order to make sure that we're still using the overflow of locations, we'll simply go to the top here and type in new items. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and take these and we're going to create a new campaign that's a duplicate of the previous campaign, but with only these locations. So to do that, we'll simply hit copy of the campaign itself. We'll go on the campaign level, paste. And this is our new campaign. We'll just label it as zip code import 2. We'll delete all the locations in zip code import 2. We'll go back to our first one, and now we're only going to select the new items. So that's exactly 4,569 items. We'll select them all, cut, and paste. So there we go. And once we post this campaign as well, now we can essentially use all 12,000 locations, which are going to be spread out across 2 different campaigns. All right, and that concludes our bulk zip code error fixing video. So once again, we converted our locations for importing using our Excel table. We made sure to append United States to the locations, whether they were for cities or whether they were for zip codes. Then we imported the locations into Google Ads. We removed any unrecognized locations that Google Ads doesn't know where they are. Then we fixed our duplicates by cutting them into Excel and then re-importing them once we've filtered out the duplicates. And then we've also covered what to do when we have an overflow of locations, because the maximum number of locations that we can have per campaign is 10,000. And once again, the review. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Salut!